three
heavy
Americans
fighting
will have
between
been
Armenia and
Hands up if you want to do, are we losing our identity on social media? Am I the hand?
He put his hand up and then he saw no.
And then you scratched it. I was like, you know what?
Nah, because you know what it is.
Let's go. Welcome to Air Raid. Before we jump into the video, make sure you subscribe to our channel, like our videos, and share our videos around as well. The next topic is, will there ever be peace on Earth? A world of peace. What are your thoughts on this?
I don't reckon. There's always going to be greedy people that want power or want more than, think they deserve more than everyone else. And I think if that's always happening, we can't have peace, because there's no way to control like people with greed. They always take things to their advantage. If you give them your trust, they'll use that against you, or anything that you give them, they'll use it against you and create conflict.
So Weaver, you don't think there's any hope for the world?
I think you always have to be hopeful, you know? You always have to think they could be better and like strive to be the best. Like peace is like the main goal, is like a goal, you know? You strive to get it, that's what you try aim for, but I think it's unrealistic to think that we will ever be perfect and there'll be like absolute peace and no conflict.
Peace is like a mission statement, sort of. Like, you know how a company and organization has like a mission statement, like what they aim towards. That's probably like what peace is for the world then. What about you, Milo, Kali, Wafa? What are you thinking?
Me personally, right, like Homeboy said, there's no way there's gonna be peace in this world. As much as we'd want it, so let's just be realistic, there's no way. And that doesn't mean that everyone on a planet is someone that's a bad person or anything. It just means it's not a perfect world to begin with, you know. And the creator created this world, knew it was going to be like that. So there's no point of trying to be a hero and saying, world peace. Like, you know, it's a good initiative, mashallah. It's good to kind of aim for that, but it's not something that could be achieved. It's not something that's meant to be achieved, you know, because true peace would be in paradise, and that's what it's meant for. And also, like, when you think about it, I'm coming from a more of Islamic background on this one, but there's been heaps of prophets that have come over the millions of years, you know, since the first day. And every time a new prophet was sent, because things would go left in the world, you know, things would get corrupt, and they'll send another one, and then things will be all right for a bit, and then before you know it, people go astray again. There's killing, there's all of that. They'll bring another one.
Yo, come on, man! I can't have shit in this house.
They'll bring another one up until Prophet Muhammad, who was the final prophet. But even him being, you know, the most perfect human in character, wasn't able to find, you know, total peace in the world. So it's not something that can be achieved, but it's something we should strive for. I think the most important thing isn't worldly peace, but the inward peace of each and every individual. I'll leave it at that.
What about Kali? What are you thinking about that?
Yeah, I like that last bit. The only important piece is the inner peace. That's nice.
Whoa. Awesome! How did you do that? Inner peace.
I think, yeah, like we have to think about it from an individual perspective of like every human individual is inherently flawed. So how can a whole planet of us ever be perfect? I don't know if that's possible at all. But I think, I don't know, I see peace as kind of, this is going to sound weird, but like I see peace as almost like death. Like it's the end. That's the end of the line. That's the biggest goal. That's what it has like a finality to it. Like I don't see it as something that is like sustainable. It's something that you always have to like grapple with. And same with like within yourself. Like I don't think you're never gonna be perfect, but you're always gonna be working towards being perfect. You're always gonna be striving for like balance within yourself. And the moment that you reach that is the moment that you stop being human. Like that's death. That's the end of life. So like this is like really philosophical, but like as a planet, like that we need to be working towards that. We need to be striving towards balance. We need to be like constantly holding that as the ultimate goal. But yeah, the moment that we achieve that, like it won't be Earth anymore, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's
deep. All the things have been deep so far, except Weaver's one. Weaver's one's pretty chill.
Chill vibes only, Allah.
Milo, what are you thinking about this?
Yeah, I'm a dreamer. Honestly, I'm saying, that eventually, like, people are gonna realize, hey, you know what I mean? We've been killing each other for, I don't know, millions of years. Where has it got us? What has it done for us? And then people are gonna, I don't know, like, I believe maybe as the human brain, like future generations, as they become more advanced, more developed, there might actually be a chance. They might be like, hey, you know, let's cut this beef out. You know, it's not really worth it. Let's try and, you know, work towards somewhat of a peace. But then when you say peace, do you mean what? On an international scale? Do you mean
international,
inner peace or international? Yeah,
like on just violence across countries and massacres and all that.
I reckon, like I said, eventually, like that shit's gonna be outdated. It's just gonna be like, hey, let's just love each other, you know. Let's just
But then won't the definition of peace change if that's achieved?
Maybe it might.
Then
there's too much pride in people, right? Like there's so much that people hold, greed, pride, all of that stuff that makes someone want to do something that's not right. That's breaking the balance of peace. You know what I mean? Like you said, bro, they're gonna kind of switch on and be like, hey, you know what? What's the point? A lot of the time, like right now, we're living in, like, our generation will be backing the beef of previous generations, and we have no idea what's going on. But all we know is we were taught to hate this certain type of people, certain type of, you know what I mean? So we don't even know. We're programmed to continue to kill and fight people that probably our ancestors were beefing with over, like, probably a crumb of bread or something, you know what I mean? Like something petty, but you have no idea what it is. But down the line, your dad fought this certain people, your grandfather died fighting this certain people. It's just a chain. Like it won't end as much as I'd want it to. But
I hear that.
It's a sad reality, mate.
Yeah. So, but as Malo was saying, let's just say the next generation. Let's just say, for example, your generations are gonna fight. We're fighting, and then as Malo said, you just said, you know what? One day you're like, why are we fighting? And then, but that happens on a world scale. So everyone says that.
Yeah.
But what? Every single person says that.
Yeah,
surely not.
Everyone says that.
Come on now.
Not every single person. I'm trying to say.
It'd be too sus or like.
Malo, I think the only way for your way to work is literally if there was like a one nation. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like, even
just a one nation.
Like just a one people. Everyone.
Not Pauline House is one nation.
No, Not that one nation.
Pauline House thought she was getting a shout out. Nah, sorry.
And I will take you out for a halal snack pack out in the western suburbs of Sydney whenever you want.
Not happening. Not interested in halal, thank you. Not interested in it. I don't believe in halal certification.
One nation as in like.
Yeah, I hear you.
No.
One.
Alright.
A world government.
Hey, that's so cap, bro. Because you think of it like you gotta, even with America, bro. They had a war between the North and the South, like, and that was in North America. You know, wars happen in between a one nation place. And think of it like this shit. Like, I love the idea of, like, you know, peace being on the world, like, holy. But the thing is, like, it took us, like, what, thousands of years just to realize Black Lives Matter. Like, it took us thousands of years just to realize that, you know, equality is a thing. Like, you know, I think just that where we're at now is just, like, there's still so far to go to, like, before we hit that. And it's way beyond our time. And who's to say that the Earth is even around by that time? You know what I mean? Like, you know, the way we're going, like we're tearing this place up, man. So like
the reason why I say there's a chance, and hear me out on this, yeah.
It can't be.
you know, hey, hear me out on this. So like, you see, what's his name? This the fella that David Attenborough. So David Attenborough, my boy, 98 years old, big boy. He just created an Instagram page talking about, you know, looking after the planet. There's more awareness of like, you know, looking after the earth and like keeping it more sustainable. I know I'm going a little bit off topic, but if we're finally clocking on to, we've been, you know, polluting for all of these years, we've been taking the piss out of the planet, and then okay, now we want to keep the planet. Why can't we take that energy and then move it on to, okay, well, we've saved the planet. Let's hope we save the planet. Why can't we, you know, move it to save lives? Now, I'm not saying our generation, our kids, their kids, but surely there has to be a point where, you know, it stops. There has to be a point where human pride just, you know. Like, come on. Like,
it's gonna be more
let a brother
problems.
dream, man. Come on.
More problems will arise.
Yeah,
The same problems we have today are not going to be the same problems 2-3 generations down the line. They're going to be beefing over which aircraft is flying in a different volume. You know what I mean, bro? Like, it's going to be.
But then war might not be a problem. Peace might be there, but then there might be another problem. There might be something.
But think about it.
You know what I mean?
There's different levels of this. Like you said, there's peace between maybe countries. Let's just say even within that, there's race. There's beef between races, and then bigger than that, there's beef between religions. So how are you gonna solve things that have never been solved?
I don't know. I'm gonna keep it real with you. I don't know. I just want peace.
This
guy had hopes for the world. You guys are
sorry, Kaz, like harsh reality.
When the AI comes up and takes over all of us, then they'll all think the same. Then there'll be world peace.
Computers are taking over the world.
Then they can be.
Go,
they all
that's the
think the
only way,
exact
man.
same.
It's very hard. It's very, very difficult. You guys are right, but you know what I mean? We've got to remain positive, you know?
I love that.
We got to strive for it. We can't just like give up and say, there's going to be no... Like, we have to try push to get as peaceful as we can, but yeah, the end goal, I don't think we're ever going to reach it.